technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Yeah, that's a good boy. What a great guest. If you're checking us out on the radio, oh so fine, 93.9 FM, New Orleans own 107.9 FM. It's just a regular show for you. But if you happen to be checking us out on TV or on YouTube, the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson live on YouTube, Mr. Tolley is our guest. How you doing, buddy? Well, Mr. Tolley was our guest. Get away from the producer, Mr. Tolley. Get away from there. No, hey, Tolley. Hey, over here, buddy. Tolley. Oh, boy. All right. So much for the super trained, super smart Australian Shepherd. He's almost 13. He pretty much does what he wants now. Up here, Tolley. Come on. Tolley. Tolley. Come on. Get on up. Good boy. Rest. Rest. Good boy. Good boy. Thanks for joining us on the program, Mr. Tolley. Any thoughts on today's hot topics? You're going to let us know. All right. Thanks for joining us. Corey Johnson with you along with Mr. Tolley. Hey, tomorrow, Michael Arata is going to join us live in studio. Former Green Wave player, heads up Fear the Wave Collective. And a lot of changes going on with NIL and Fear the Wave Collective. They've done a great job keeping Tulane football viable. Now that's under the control of the Tulane athletic department. Kind of makes me a little nervous, but we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow, Michael Arata joins us live in studio in that spot where Mr. Tolley is resting and relaxing. Good boy. Good boy. That's in the 4 o'clock hour, Green Wave fans. Mark it on your calendar. Civil District Court Judge Sidney Gates, or is it Cates? I think it's Sidney Cates, declined to block the mayor's emergency sanitation contract for the French Quarter. This means Henry Consulting to take over, but it's not done yet. The contract could still be terminated next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow. There's a preliminary hearing, an injunction hearing, so it could still get canceled. We'll fill you in on those details. The Sewage and Water Board's new $300 million power substation. It was supposed to power up either yesterday or today. Now it's another month. Not good, as we're already in the 2025 hurricane season. That was the whole point. I mean, ideally, you wanted that bad boy up by the Super Bowl, but definitely by hurricane season. Boy, Susan Hudson. I mean, just a few days ago, deputy arrested at the jail, all kind of problems at the jail. The latest last Sunday, just this last Sunday, 2 days ago, a female deputy sexually assaulted at the Orleans Parish Jail. I mean, Susan Hudson, what are you waiting for? I mean, I was about to say bow out gracefully. These are such silly terms to use for like Susan Hudson, LaToya Cantrell. There is no honor. There is no pride. I mean, Dan Reel, who joins us every Tuesday, The Real Deal with Dan Reel, he's missing his first Tuesday today. He'll be back next Tuesday. He said it best. The mayor can't be embarrassed. I mean, we all can be embarrassed. We all have done embarrassing things in our life. The mayor can't be embarrassed. Tola, you need to get back over here, buddy, and rest. You want to rest over there on the floor? That's fine, but you got to stay away from wires, cables, producers, microphones, cameras, and the like. Tolley, Mr. Tolley, my Australian shepherd, in the studio, laying on the floor now. Good boy. Good boy. No, give it up already. Just a glutton for punishment, Susan Hudson. I mean, bow out of the race. I was going to say bow out gracefully. There's no grace. Not with these two women. Awful. You know, LaToya Cantrell, Susan Hudson, it's like learning on the fly, learning on the job, winging it. And then all at the same time, instead of focused on that, like, I have major deficiencies. I probably shouldn't be here. I better bust my tail to make it to where I should be here. Instead, it's let me take advantage of as many free perks as I can. Let me abuse the system as much as I can. Let me take advantage as much as I can. That's the mentality. That's just sad and pathetic. Yikes. Storm Invest 93L. Wow. I guess it's better that it's Storm Invest 93L and it's not named yet. But this storm, like in the Atlantic, hitting the Florida coast around Orlando right now, just a lot of rain. It's going to cross over Florida, most likely head into the Gulf, and sort of just beeline like across the Gulf. Like, I don't want to guess the miles, 150 miles south of I-10, 200 miles south of I-10, and just beeline along I-10 in the Gulf, though, south of I-10, but east to west, and probably not go on the land and probably not go into the Gulf like south where it's warm. So it's not going to turn into a major storm. It's just going to be some crappy rain event that just kind of lugs along the Gulf Coast. So keep an eye on Invest 93L. Hopefully it does not get named. But tomorrow, maybe through like Friday, we could see some crazy rain. New Orleans mayoral candidates filing with the state's election officials. Helena Moreno, $1.7 million on hand. Oliver Thomas, about $320,000 on hand. Oliver Thomas's $320,000 you think would be more than enough to carry him. And if he were the leading fundraiser, it obviously would be. But when Helena Moreno has $1.7 million, I mean, 320 grand to 1.7 million. I mean, just doing some quick math, a good 5 times more money being raised, or that has been raised, 5 times more money to spend. That's why you're seeing Helena Moreno commercials already all over television. I mentioned this months ago. By July, Helena Moreno will be advertising a lot. And in August, she'll be advertising a lot. Then you're going to see a little bit of Oliver Thomas in August, just a little, mid-August, a month from now. And Helena Moreno starting so early and it's in their face may get them to jumpstart a few days, and then you won't see them for a few weeks on TV, and then you'll see them again. Who knows? But I'm guessing Oliver Thomas, mid-August, late August, you'll see a commercial or two. Saints preseason game, that type of thing. Ideally buying it in like the first quarter before the crowd goes away. Anyway, a lot of catching up to do in the polls for Oliver Thomas, and impossible to catch up on the money. Helena Moreno could stop fundraising right now, and Oliver Thomas wouldn't reach half of Helena Moreno's total. Oliver Thomas won't raise 7, 8, 900,000 in this campaign. He won't raise half of what Helena Moreno's raised if Helena Moreno stopped right now, and she's not stopping right now. And she's raising a lot more money every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month than Oliver Thomas. So besides the money gap, way back in the polls. We all know the numbers. Arthur Hunter's lucky to hit 10%. Oliver Thomas is in the low 20s. Helena Moreno's in the mid 40s plus. So Oliver Thomas has twice Arthur Hunter, and Helena Moreno has twice what Oliver Thomas has. Twice. Oliver Thomas is a good 20 points behind. In any poll, anywhere, Oliver Thomas is at least 20 points behind. It's not insurmountable. It's been done in the past. It's pretty damn close to insurmountable. Pretty damn close. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, you right. Yeah, so much going on. I mentioned tomorrow in the entire 4 o'clock hour in studio, in that chair to the right of me, Michael Arata, former Green Wave player, head of the Fear the Wave Collective. He's going to join us in studio. The Fear the Wave Collective has kind of been pushed aside. Tulane's athletic department hiring like a third party to handle this when, I don't know, Fear the Wave seemed to be doing a pretty good job. I don't know how head coach John Sumrall feels about this. Most folks feel John Sumrall is pretty much one more and done at Tulane. He's one of the hottest young coaches in all of college football, and some major Power 5, most likely an SEC team, will come calling. And it could be where he'd like to go, Kentucky possibly. Stoops doesn't straighten the train, and it doesn't look like he's gonna this year. The SEC is just too damn hard. No, Sumrall could be heading to Kentucky. No, Tulane fans like, man, I hope we keep him another year, that kind of thing. If the bubble that you're building on Claiborne Avenue, if that were already built and in operation, either in the spot on Claiborne Avenue or the spot they originally talked about by the Riley Center, and instead of ground being broken on the bubble, ground would be being broken on a $150 million football operations center, then maybe, just maybe, some Tulane fans could be saying, hey, maybe Sumrall's going to stick around. We've done everything we can do for him. We've done all we can do for the guy. But it's sort of the opposite. Sort of the opposite.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let it steer you right. Helm Paint. S&WB.
Stay good, buddy. It's a good spot. Stay and rest. Plus, you're live on TV for everybody to see. Yeah, it's Mr. Tolley. If you're checking out the program or checking us out on TV or on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson live on YouTube. Mr. Tolley, almost 13, Australian Shepherd. That's him right there. We had to keep him behind the glass. Blue Boy's driving the streetcar because Blue Boy, isn't going to leap out the window. He's going to handle it. Tolley will leap out the window if there's a cat or some other creature running around, a squirrel. He'll chase the squirrel. Won't you, Mr. Tolley? I know you will, buddy. Yeah. That's a good boy. Such a good boy, Mr. Tolley. Everybody's been hearing about you for so long. I thought I'd bring you live on the set. Check out Mr. Tolley on TV, Cox Channel 4 Television, live in person right now. Spectrum Channel 333 Television, Mr. Tolley live and in person. Or on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with me, Corey Johnson on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Mr. Tolley, good boy. Rest, buddy. Stay. I think he's headed to the floor soon. Thanks so much for joining us. Tomorrow in the 4 o'clock hour, Michael Arata from Fear the Wave Collective. They've kind of been pushed aside by the Tulane Athletic Department. We'll find out all about it. No, Tulane fans love their program, but Tulane fans, oh boy, there goes Tolley to the floor. Rest, buddy. Good boy. Rest. Right there's a good spot. Yeah, stay away from wires and cables. Rest right there, buddy. Rest. Rest. Yeah, my trainer taught me a long time ago, down is like, get down off the sofa. So you can't tell them to get down. Hey, buddy. You want to get down right there? You want to rest right there? I mean, I'm butchering what I'm just saying. Good boy. No, Tulane fans, I'm a Green Wave fan, love the program. I remember Scott Cowan was trying to de-emphasize Tulane athletics. I broke that story. Scott Cowan was all over me. I remember I saw him at the Dome, went to shake his hand. He turned his back to me. I just laughed at him. It was comical. Comical. No, trying to be I think modeled after Pennsylvania Division III. Total de-emphasize. Total whatever you want to say, of Tulane athletics. And it was insane. It was crazy. And it was dangerous. No, and I exposed it and can sort of pat myself on the back. Green Wave fans that are old enough to know are yeah, Corey was instrumental in saving athletics, getting all that out there. And then other media members finally got on board, and Cowan had to abandon the plan. Now, so I am very pro Tulane athletics. Love what Willie Fritz did. Love John Sumrall. The guy's just a pure winner. But Tulane fans, they just want to believe what they want to believe. They want to believe that the athletic department is state-of-the-art and smooth running. And what you've seen in football is continue with John Sumrall and keep him or lose him. The system's in place, and another coach will come in and it'll seamlessly continue. I mean, Tulane athletics, Tulane football next year could have a losing record. if John Sumrall leaves, which he probably will, and they don't get a good coach to replace him. And right now, they're lucky. They got Sumrall after Willie Fritz. Most programs, it doesn't work that way. You don't have a continuation. You don't get as good a coach or nearly as good a coach or a better coach. You drop way down. It's hard to continue just hitting home runs, getting great coaches every time. Fritz and Sumrall are pretty damn good coaches. You don't want to keep going through that carousel. And Tulane's going to go through it sooner than later with Sumrall for the same reasons Fritz left, because Tulane doesn't expedite things they promise in a quick fashion. I mean, the bubble, this indoor 70-yard bubble, should have been in use this past football season. Like Sumrall might be using it right now because it's summertime and it's hot as hell. And when practice starts up for fall camp, maybe be using the hell out of that bubble with its 72 degrees, climate controlled. But it doesn't exist. And John Sumrall probably will never, ever use the bubble on Claiborne because by the time it's done, I don't know, maybe by bowl season it'll be ready. When all the teams from around the country hungry for a coach will be looking at John Sumrall. No, Willie Fritz was, promises not kept, not breaking ground on the bubble. Where's the $150 million football operations center that we've talked about? That's been promised. We're going to do this. Now, Tulane just has this attitude of it's sort of like the bad tipper. What can I get away with? Can I tip 15% and get away with it and come here and eat again and they don't throw me out on the street? It's almost like that attitude. What can we get away with instead of what do we have to spend? What do we have to do to compete? Not what can we save? What do we have to spend? No, that's a problem with Tulane athletics. And it's great they've broken ground on the indoor bubble on Claiborne, but it's pretty damn late now, at least for Sumrall. The good part is, I guess you bring in a new coach, you'll have that bubble to sell as well as a winning program. But the bubble should have already been built, and what they should be breaking ground on, which is probably years away from breaking ground on, years away. This $150 million football operations center that a top-notch Division I program that wants to compete, that wants to go bowling every year, that wants to be in contention, dare I say it, make the 12-team college playoff, you have to have this facility. So they're one facility behind with the indoor bubble. The indoor bubble is just, okay, that's normal. That's where you're supposed to. You don't get a pat on the back for that or a gold star. Tulane Greenway fans want a pat on the back, gold star. Some of them, the ones in denial that believe what they want to believe, what they hope is true, not what is true, glaring right in front of them. I mean, do you think John Sumrall is going to come out and go, yeah, I'm really pissed off that the indoor bubble hasn't been built and they're just breaking ground on it? Just ticks me off. I gotta focus on football, but I'm mad about it. You think he's going to say that publicly? Or about the $150 million football operations center. The fact that that's not even anywhere in the future, like he sees no light at the beginning of the tunnel on that, at the beginning of the tunnel, it just makes John Sumrall want to run. I mean, there might be a job that isn't even a perfect fit, but it's a, quote, move up, and he might take that job. Instead of, I'm going to stay at Tulane another year or so and then wait for a job that I really want. Anyway, tomorrow, Michael Arata, he knows so much about Tulane athletics, inside the athletic department, outside the athletic department. He knows it all. He's the head of the Fear the Wave collective. He's a former player. He's a Green Wave fanatic. He dedicates a lot of his time. Talk about politicians, civic duty when they're elected, working for us. Michael Arata works for Tulane when he doesn't get paid by Tulane. Is not an employee of Tulane. He'll join us tomorrow in that chair, live in studio if you're watching on TV or YouTube. If you're listening on radio, just imagine there's a guest chair to the right. Theater of the mind. No, we'll talk about that because that Fear the Wave collective's kind of been pushed aside by the Tulane Athletic Department. They still exist. They're just not going to do what they've been doing. Hey, Tolley, why don't you get up here, buddy? Tolley, why don't you get up here? Get up here. Why don't you get up there? Not interested in getting in the guest chair. Interested in pulling cables out, knocking us off the air. Nope. Rest right there, buddy. Just rest. Rest. Good boy. Yeah, that's Mr. Tolley I know and love. Corey Johnson with you, along with Mr. Tolley, my nearly 13-year-old Australian Shepherd. A civil district court judge, Sydney Cates, decided or declined, I shouldn't say decided, declined to block the mayor's emergency sanitation contract. Basically, Danny Conwill of Felix's Marina Costopoulos, a French Quarter resident, they're saying it's not a real emergency. And even if it was, there was no competitive bid for that emergency contract that Henry Consulting's getting. AG Liz Morell is considering a court filing. Quote, none of us can just create our own emergency and then grab onto the emergency powers. The emergency is external, not of our own creation. It's a pretty interesting quote. And that's the whole gist of the argument, that there isn't a real emergency. Sidney Torres is under contract. They got it covered till December. The mayor simply is pretending there's one, giving her the authority to put Henry Consulting in right now. This thing's insanely confusing for no reason. Except Junket Cantrell is just belligerent and contrary and has no pride, honor. Like Dan Reel said, can't be embarrassed. I mean, I think of things where I'm embarrassed, things I've done in my life where I'm embarrassed. The mayor can't embarrass herself. She's incapable of being embarrassed. It's crazy. So true. No, does not care, coupled with some whacked agenda. I don't know if it's some kind of quid pro quo, like she's expecting something from Troy Henry after her mayoral gig is done in January, because she's got nowhere to go. We've talked about this too many times. Nowhere to go. I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's not what I hope. I don't go with what I hope or want to be true. I go with where the facts lead. Honestly, what private person that owns a company where money's on the line is going to hire LaToya Cantrell expecting her to do something where they receive more money out of it than they're paying her? That's how businesses work. They make more money from you as an employee than they pay you. Otherwise, you would not be there. So I can't think of anything that the mayor can do where someone would be like, gotta hire LaToya Cantrell. She could help us. And I'm not saying she can't do some jobs. There's some jobs she can do. I'm talking about realistic jobs where she makes six figures and lives a lifestyle she's, become accustomed to since being a council person. Since she's been a public person in New Orleans, she's lived a pretty good life. Council person, running up, the line of credit on the council credit card, and as mayor, come on, her nickname's Junket Cantrell. Not passing up a free drink or free meal anywhere. So no, you've just got that mentality, probably an agenda of a quid pro quo from Henry. Who knows what she's thinking? Seriously, who knows what the mayor's thinking? But we know this much. It's never good.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Hey, Mr. Tolley. This segment of the program brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant. Tolley, Latrim probably has a gig for you because it's a culture of innovation. They're looking for smart people. Google Australian Shepherds, very smart dogs, very smart. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Latrim.com. East Bankers, West Bankers, Big Elmwood facilities got you covered. You North Shore folks, Latrim has an I-12 facility. You don't have to come across the lake. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Corey Johnson with you live on set. Mr. Tolley to the right of me. An Australian Shepherd. Good boy. Rest, buddy. Relax. We're going until 6 o'clock, buddy. We're rocking and rolling. Better here than just sitting at home, huh? Yeah. You're live on TV. You're live on YouTube for the world to see. The Nutriground with Corey Johnson live on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on TV, Tolley. Cox Channel 4 statewide. That's boring you, huh? Spectrum Channel 333 statewide, Mr. Tolley. Civil District Court Judge Sidney Cates declines to block the mayor's emergency sanitation contract in the French Quarter. That means Henry Consulting can take over, but there is a possibility that the contract could still be terminated. Next Wednesday, a preliminary injunction hearing. Hopefully the contract gets canceled for simple reasons. Let the contract play out with IV Waste through December. We're already in July. Next month, August, September at the worst. You're putting out a contract for January of 2026 and beyond. And at the enhanced level of cleaning we're seeing in the quarter, and at the lower level that IV Waste is paying. And if no one goes for that, then rebid the contract again. Someone's going to go for it, like IV Waste or River Parish Disposal. Give it to the Gator, Richards, Metro, ServPro, Henry Consulting. But it'll be at an enhanced level. It'll be under contract. There'll be no, way to interpret that except do what you have to do. No, and it's fair for the citizens. But the mayor is hell-bent, contrary. And, I mean, I had Troy Henry on the program. Kind of had to, like, pseudo-apologize to him. Sort of. You know, I prelimmed it. I said, look, man, it's kind of an uncomfortable question. You're never going to have the mayor working for you in the future, right? You're never going to have the mayor on salary or payroll or consulting or anything. Henry Consulting will never have LaToya Cantrell getting money, you know, because the contract is like 8 years, $73 million. So Troy Henry Consulting, Ivy Waste, whoever gets the contract, they're going to make millions and millions of dollars in profit. I guess as they should. Otherwise, it's not worth doing, I guess. But is the mayor going to get some of that? Because as I've mentioned, the mayor has no golden parachute anymore. After pilfering the Wisner, totally. Over there, buddy. Over here. After pilfering the Wisner Fund for $1 million and basically getting caught by Ed Michel, the Office of Inspector General, and having to return it out of her fake nonprofit. You know, that money, like 9 months later, was returned in full. Like in 9 months, you didn't spend any of it. That sort of miffed Ed Michel in his report. So, sort of shocked, like, it's a nonprofit. They got $1 million. Wouldn't they have spent some of the money on what they do? None of it. No, it's so after the mayor's term's up, she could go, look, I got this nonprofit. We have $1 million in there. Please give money. And people are going to be like, man, it's viable. She's got $1 million in it. And the mayor's just going to live off of that. Bring in $400,000 a year, pay herself $395. Do a lot of traveling to conferences and keep pretending you work and you have a life. There's a lot of people that do that in New Orleans and Louisiana. I've seen these adult, mostly men, some women, mostly men, mostly white. In New Orleans, it's black and white. Statewide, it's mostly white. In New Orleans, I guess it's mostly black, some white. A lot of white folks in New Orleans. Now, they're these fake businessmen. They have these service contracts, subcontract services out. They work for the city as a subcontractor, don't really provide any services, don't really do a good job, get paid every day, live in a nice house, drive a nice car, have a family, kids go to private school, wake up every day, shave, put on a nice shirt and suit, wear nice stuff, go to Jeff's Haberdashery, buy nice clothing, go get their Mercedes, their BMW, whatever, you know. They go through this whole thing for years, for decades, pretending they're real. I mean, I always talk about Cedric Grant, this joker that used to run the Sewage and Water Board. I'm riding my bike on the Lafitte Greenway about 15 years ago. By that public pool, getting a drink of water by the water fountain. And it's, you know, that public pool right by Claiborne on the Lafitte Greenway. They have a plaque from like 1991, Morial administration, Cedric Grant, administrator of blah, blah, blah. He's on that plaque. I mean, this guy is just an anointed, appointed hack. He pulls $180,000 in retirement. $180,000 a year in retirement. It's crazy. And he's got a blank resume. Now, he's one of these pretend folks. For years, for decades. This is an old man now, like 70-something. Goes to bed at night and knows when before he falls asleep, just him and his maker. Corey's right. I've done nothing my whole life. It's like John Alario. All these folks are in denial at the least or living in reality when it's one-on-one with their maker. Yeah, I've taken more than I've given. I wasn't civic-minded. It was all about me. I stuck my head up a bunch of people's rear end to get the next public job. Did nothing for years, for decades, except set up myself, friends, and family. Corey's right. I'm not saying these people are going to say that and go admit it and end their lives or anything. I hope they don't. But that's the full-blown truth and reality of it. And these men, mostly, they know it, especially at night, sitting in bed alone, them and their maker, they know it. They know it. They know they're a charlatan. They're far. You and me, we work. We earn our money. I'm here every day, 4 to 6 o'clock. Like the program? No, like the program. Every day you're watching, every day you're running from it, whatever the case may be. It works. It's viable. Lots of clients, advertisers, enough people that watch and listen and check out the program and then go to these advertisers where the wheel rolls. So I work every day. I earn my money just like you. 99% of us been paycheck to paycheck, busting our tail. We don't have any contract, any free money, any free deal. Yeah, I got that wink deal with so-and-so. They just give me money for no reason. But the city of New Orleans, the state of Louisiana, a lot of that. Cedric Grant's just one example. I remember going to that fight a few years ago at the Ott Center on the West Bank. All these political hacks from the state waiting to go from one administration to the other, moving from one office to another. It's like John Hilario's kid. He's been on like 4 or 5 different boards and commissions, earning north of 6 figures, knows nothing about any board or commission he's on. It doesn't matter. They know this. They laugh at us. They laugh at us. John and Hilario's other kid's a riverboat pilot. The Heitmeyer brothers, there are about 140 riverboat pilots. A half dozen of them have Heitmeyer as their last name, 6 of them. It's beyond incestuous. It's a political setup. And I love the riverboat pilots, like they think they're F-16 pilots. The real ones don't. The real riverboat pilots that work, I wouldn't want to go down to Pilot Town for 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. You earn your money. I'll give them that. The riverboat pilots that pilot ship, they're working. And they know that their job is a legitimate job. You have this river you have to, traverse, and these guys that are coming across the ocean in a ship have no idea how to get up the river. They're needed. The feds have riverboat pilots. They make about 190 grand a year. In Louisiana, it's 500, 600, 700,000 a year in the private sector. It's a joke. But you have some of these riverboat pilots that literally, I've had discussions with them. They'll call me out at dinner, at a bar. Corey, you ripping the riverboat pilots. I'm a pilot, blah, blah, blah. They think they're like F-16 pilots. Like, I could have been in the military flying a jet. No, you couldn't have. You are painfully average. Are there some riverboat pilots that have special skills? I'm sure there are. Seriously. I'm sure there are. But most of them are just fat, dumpy, out of shape dudes that just got a riverboat pilot license, and some incestuous family member political connection got them the very high-paying gig. They have no special skills. They're not doing some job that's treacherous and only a few select people can do it. They're not Marines. Didn't go through boot camp. It's a joke. It's just typical, BS. No, there's a lot of that in Louisiana. We have a lot of that in Louisiana. Cedric Grant's just another one of them. Corey Johnson with you. The Sewage and Water Board's new $300 million power substation was supposed to be powered up like yesterday, today, this week at the worst. Now another month. Not good, as we're already into the 2025 hurricane season, huh? The New Orleans mayor's race, less than 90 days away, October 11th. Helena Moreno has $1.7 million on hand. Oliver Thomas has $320,000. Helena Moreno is the prohibitive favorite to win this race. It's not even close. It's not even a race right now. Dramatic things will have to change for Oliver Thomas to catch Helena Moreno. Something dramatic is going to have to happen within the next 6 to 8 weeks for Oliver Thomas to have any chance at all of catching Helena Moreno. And I don't see it at all. You can, I talk about this a lot. I was mentioning Tulane Greenway fans, some of them. You can believe what you want. You can believe what you hope is true. And then there's reality. There's facts. And Helena Moreno is the prohibitive favorite right now, like 2-1, doubling up on Oliver Thomas. She's got a better chance of winning in a primary than not being mayor. A better chance of winning in the primary than not being mayor. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Thanks for joining us on the neutral ground. Audubon Gutters put gutters on my house back in October. When it rains, I don't worry. Got brand new Audubon gutters on my house. Plus, they have the leaf guard system. Get it and forget it. I'll never hire someone to get up on a ladder and clean my gutters ever again. And with that big oak tree growing in front of my house, leaf guard system's coming in handy. If you own a business or home in Metro New Orleans and beyond. Why would you think of going anywhere else? Audubon Gutters, New Orleans Gutter Company. All they do are gutters. AudubonGutters.com for nearly 35 years. AudubonGutters.com.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Little John Grows, Papa Grows Funk. That's Mr. Tolley. If you're checking us out on TV or YouTube right now, sitting to the right of me. Tomorrow, sitting to the right of me live in studio will be Michael Arata. He heads up Fear the Wave Collective. It was the NIL kind of instrument for Tulane football and athletics, but the athletic department's taken over and kind of pushed them aside, which doesn't sit well with me. I don't know how John Sumrall feels about that either. I know he loved the Fear the Wave Collective. We'll find out all about it from former player, knows Tulane football as well as anyone. Huge fan, huge supporter, talks the talk and walks the walk. Michael Arata from Fear the Wave Collective will join us tomorrow on the program. House Republicans just voted earlier to block the release of the Epstein files. Fully on partisan lines. I think there were a couple of Democrats that didn't vote. I think there were about 9 Republicans that didn't vote. So there were like 11 members of the House that didn't vote. but 200 voted to block the Epstein files being released. All 211 were Republicans. 210 voted against it for the files to be released. All 210 were Democrats. Politics suck today. They really do. They really do. I remember when Supreme Court judges would get in like 98-0, 100-0, whatever. 98 zip. Now it's 51-49. You know, it's just, that's how you get extreme judges in. It's going to flip flop, and in a generation, it'll be an extreme left leaning court. What was it, that nuclear gimmick that moved the 60 Senate votes for Supreme Court nomination to 50? No, it's just dangerous. It's not good. When each side had to give, it meant the side in power had to put up a moderate Supreme Court justice. No, and when you're winning, no one cares. But in a generation, it'll be a liberal court with mostly liberals, because you only need a simple majority to put a Supreme Court justice in instead of 60 with the Senate. No, that's that. The reason they were approved 98-0 is because both sides like them. That's what politics are supposed to be. It's like when you work a deal with someone. Of course, you want $1,000 for your dollar, and you want the other person to give you that. But most deals are good where you're good and the person that you're doing the deal with is good. It's good for both sides, because both sides probably had to compromise a little. Hey, I want $300,000 for the house. We're willing to offer $250,000. How about $275,000? Okay. Man, we really only wanted to pay $250,000. We ended up paying $275,000. The other side saying, we really wanted $300,000, but we got $275,000. We had to settle for $275,000. Each side wins. The deal's done. There was compromise. There's no compromise today. And if you do, you're a sellout. I promise you, talking about generational change, in a generation or two, history will not look kindly on these political extremists. These folks that were staunch Republicans, staunch Democrats, never budged off the platform. They won't look at them as, man, they were dedicated to their craft, to their ideology, and never wavered. Strong commitment. It won't be that. It'll be like they were stubborn and stuck and were inflexible and refused to compromise. It won't be anything about integrity of sticking with your position and your ideology. Reagan and Kemp, all those Republicans stuck to their ideology. Your boy, I'm trying to think of the big old chunky red-faced, buddy of Reagan's, who was the, Speaker of the House. Tip O'Neill, staunch liberal. I mean, they'll be remembered as that. But they won't be remembered as inflexible and refusing to compromise. In my lifetime, for whatever it's worth, I think when Reagan was president and it was a Democrat-controlled Congress, and Clinton was president and it was a Republican-controlled Congress, those were probably the best economic times in my lifetime in America. No, I like when the parties compromise, because the Democrats and Republicans, I can promise you this, no matter how much of a liberal or conservative you are, neither party has all the answers. Neither party has 90% of the answers. Neither party has 80%. Don't sit there and agree with me. Yeah, Corey, I know we don't have all the answers. Don't have like 75%. It's like 50-something percent one, 49% the other, and it flip-flops all the time. But rarely is one side so right and one side so wrong. Now, the Democrats can be so wrong right now, and they are. The woke movement, all the crazy stuff, defund police, men can have babies, all just craziness. Craziness. Take Lincoln's name off of a high school, crazy. But the Republicans are just like doing a little better than that. That's all. That's all. Republicans aren't like winning and great ideas and they're an incredible party. And boy, you want to hook your wagon to that. They're phenomenal. They're winners. No, they're just better than the pathetic Democrats. That's all. They're just better than the lost, pathetic, don't know who to, be Democrats. That's all. It's not like, boy, man, the Democrats are a bunch of losers and the Republicans are a bunch of winners. It's not really like that. Civil District Court Judge Sidney Cates declined to block the mayor's emergency sanitation contract. I'm kind of lost on that because clearly it's not an emergency. And the mayor declared it just to get these emergency powers. Liz Murrell's considering a court filing. And her quote, I think, is right on the money. None of us can just create our own emergency and then grab onto the emergency powers. The emergency is external, not of our own creation. Liz Murrell's right, the Attorney General for the state. I hope she does file that court ruling. I mean, it's very hard to find LaToya Cantrell supporters. It's very hard to find folks that want the trash contract in the French Quarter to end before December. I mean, and then besides what, is popular, it's what's best. I mean, popular always doesn't win. In America, it's not, hey, the majority wins. There's the Constitution. It's what's right. It's what's best for the citizens. It's rebidding it at an enhanced level of clean, and that's part of the contract at the same dollar amount. Better work, same dollar amount. New contract. Even Blue Boy knows that. 5 o'clock power hour coming your way next. Corey Johnson with your full slate. 6, 7, 8 topics. Plus, Mr. Tolley, my Australian Shepherd. He's live in studio. All that's coming your way next.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa, and now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville, the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Yeah, here we go. Stay, Mr. Tolley. If you're checking us out on Cox Channel 4 television, Spectrum Channel 333 television, or live on YouTube, The Nutriground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. Drew Brees is right. It is New Orleans, and this is Mr. Tolley live in studio.